like an email. It doesn't need any verification. The only thing it does is once they give the key for that and it's transacted, then it's just a regular contract. Now, what they're hoping won't happen is they won't close those contracts. They'll just keep them propagating. They'll just keep on, like, okay, I updated the contract. I'm sending more Bitcoins, and now you can use those outputs, and then you can extend the contract for things that you want to do. It's like you have permission to use my outputs. Now, if I try to go and close it, you could go ahead and stop it. But it would cost me, I would have to pay the mining fee to do that. Now, what the small blockchain people think is Bitcoin is going to be so popular, so many people are going to be doing it, and there's going to be so many people invested in it that a blockchain transaction will cost $100 for just to send a small amount of Bitcoin costs $100. So the only people that'll be able to afford to close contracts will be banks, and so the banks will be the ones using the Bitcoins. And now, so what they're doing is they're changing Bitcoin into a payment system rather than but I mean, still, if you have Bitcoins, they're going to be worth a lot.
Yeah, of course.
And $100, if you have a Bitcoin that's worth $10,000, then $100 for the transaction isn't that much.
Yeah.
So that's only 1%. So yeah, I mean, in theory, yeah, it's probably an okay idea, but you're still giving. I don't think that it'll play out that way. I don't think that the game theory is going to allow that. I think that the banks are going to say, well, why should we use Bitcoin? Why can't we create our own and do the same thing?
Currency.
Create our own currencies. If you're not going to be the ones mining, if you're not going to be the ones transacting, what do you care what we use? You're just going to have payment channels. The only people that are going to care are those rich early adopters, and who cares about them, right? You're not one of those. So what they'll do is they'll say, oh, it's those early adopters, they're greedy. No, we trust the banks. We trust Visa and MasterCard. And see, I think that's what the small block people kind of forget about, is that it's just, not only is it important for people to transact, it also needs to be easy for people to invest. Someone that only has $50 a paycheck to invest in Bitcoin, there should be no reason for them to have to pay $100 to get some Bitcoin. And you can't, and Lightning Network doesn't give you Bitcoins. It can give you credits. They can give you credits in the network, but it's not Bitcoin. So it's like having a bank account. It's not really money. It's just credit in an account. And they can change it anytime they want. So there's a flaw in that. But here's the thing. Roger Ver came up with something back in the earliest days. I think it was in San Francisco. He had a electronics business there, and when he got into Bitcoin, he put up a billboard in California, and it had a honey badger, which is the California state animal, but it was a Bitcoin ad with a honey badger. And I think at the time also, I think it was inspired by a YouTube meme of this guy made a video about honey badgers not caring about anything, and so he adopted that. So that's kind of been the motto, that honey badger don't care, and Bitcoin doesn't care. The idea of Bitcoin is so powerful that nothing can stop it. Not even these guys that have bad ideas, because in the end, the honey badger will kill the bad ideas, and it will keep going. So, people say, like, what side are you on? Are you on the big block or on the small block? I'm on the honey badger side. And honey badger doesn't care because honey badger is going to do whatever it wants to, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. You get, I mean, that's just that concept. It's like, you can't kill an idea. Things are going to work out the way the nature unfolds it. It's like, just with my life experience, I see that there are certain unstoppable forces in life, and greed is what drives Bitcoin, and you're not going to be able to stop that. There are more greedy people than there are people that have temporary power. Politicians, bankers, their power is only temporary. But people, this is something for the people. People would rather deal with things that they have control over. Individuals. So. Anyway, now I'm kind of ranting again. You got any other questions or?
Oh yeah, we've learned a lot. What else?